How starting a small business has changed my life. That's a bold claim, but one I can undoubtedly back up. This is what I made last month as a candle business owner. For those who don't know me, I am Sonal and I have been running a successful candle business for the past 3 years. And these are my qualifications. Are you dreaming of being your own boss and doing work that you're truly passionate about? If that's you, I can relate to you because I've been there, and taking the leap into entrepreneurship just might be the life changing experience you need. But before you quit your 9 to 5, pay close attention because having been in your shoes, I also made lots of rookie mistakes when first starting out. Mistakes that could have been avoided if I followed some simple tips. Tip number 1: validate your idea. Before investing too much time and money, make sure there's actual demand for your product or service. Get feedback from people to ensure you're not wasting efforts on a dead idea. Surveys, polls, anything can work. Tip 2: outsource everything you can. You might be tempted to do it all yourself to save money, but that's a fast road to burning out. Prioritize finding affordable ways to delegate tasks you struggle with. Tip 3: market relentlessly. A constant stream of new customers is crucial for growth. Don't focus on one off sales. Always be prospecting for new leads and keep filling that pipeline. A healthy pipeline is essential for business. Tip 4: set clear boundaries. With no bosses breathing down your neck, it's easy to work 24/7, but that path leads to burnout and resentment fast. Schedule a real time off like it's sacred. Tip 5: have a support system or two or three. Entrepreneurship can be lonely. Surround yourself with people who understand your struggles and can provide you with the encouragement you need. Masterminds, loved ones, your partner, your boyfriend, whoever you need in your corner. Tip 6: prioritize your mental and physical health. When you're worn down, your business will suffer too. Make time for self care, workouts, nutrition, whatever recharges you. Tip 7: plan for a constant roller coaster. No matter how successful you become, there will always be ups and downs. Get comfortable with the uncertainty being the new norm for you. Now, those are just the basics. You want to hear a personal anecdote of a painful lesson I learned? Of course you do. That's why you're still here, after all. So when I first started out with my small business, I come from, a job family. Everyone's worked in my family. And naturally, I ended up making a lot of mistakes. One big mistake that I was trying to do was I tried to do everything myself. Instead of getting help, I was working all hours of the day and night on every little task. I was exhausted, overwhelmed, and then one day my partner said, "You can't keep this up. We need to find some people who can take stuff off your plate." It was tough for me at first because naturally I'm this control freak who wants to be in control of everything. But finally, I realized I had to learn to delegate and outsource some of my work if I really wanted my business to grow. So I hired a part time assistant who could handle things for me like scheduling, emails, bookkeeping, responding. I also outsourced stuff such as photography, taxes. It was weird at first letting go of all those tasks, but it freed me up to focus on the bigger picture stuff like sales, marketing, new outreach. Looking back, I wish I had brought on help sooner instead of struggling alone for so long. Another thing I didn't do enough of early was to take breaks. See, when you're your own boss, it's easy to feel like you always have to be on and you always have to be working. But, but that's not sustainable, and you go to burn out way faster than you think. I remember there was a stretch of months where I was basically working non-stop 7 days a week with no help. And by the end, I was wiped out and I suddenly started resenting my own business. That's when I realized prioritizing self care is very crucial as an entrepreneur. Now I'm very strict about taking nights off, weekends off, and going on real vacations. When I return from a break, I always have more energy, more clarity, and new ideas. So sometimes stepping away is the only way to see things with fresh eyes. Of course, starting this business also came with a ton of uncertainty and self doubt. There were days I thought, what am I even thinking? This will never work. Dealing with those negative thoughts is still an ongoing challenge, but I'm not giving up anytime soon. Looking back, pushing through that fears has made me so much more confident and resilient entrepreneur. These days, any obstacle just feels like another opportunity to creatively get scrappy. My mentality went from what if I fail, what if it doesn't work out, to let me figure out how to make this work. Of course, my business allows me to make more money than I did in my full time job, and having full autonomy over my daily schedule and the work I pursue, that's a professional perk I could never put a price tag on. Need to take time off to take care of your mom? Done. Feeling inspired to work on a fun side project? No need for approvals. Of course, being your own boss has its own share of accountability too. And I feel like I constantly have to remind myself to actually take that hard earned time off instead of being glued on my laptop. So, with this, am I guaranteeing you'll experience overnight success if you start your own business? Of course not. Any entrepreneur making that claim is lying through their teeth. This journey is a marathon. It is not a sprint. You will not be successful overnight. So, if more freedom, more money, flexibility, and fulfillment are your calling, take the entrepreneurial leap, and that might be just the best choice you will ever make. Who knows, maybe we'll connect at a future conference or something and you can regale me with your own entrepreneurial war stories. Well, the key here is taking that first scary step, which I certainly understand can feel paralyzing. And that's why I always tell people, if you're feeling hesitation, if you're feeling anxiety, make sure to immerse yourself in the insights from the entrepreneurs who've been there before you. Hear their raw, unvarnished truths, because that's where you're going to learn a lot without making mistakes. And you're in luck. I've documented every aspect of my entrepreneurial path across 2 playlists you absolutely need to check out. First up, my candle making journey playlist is a must watch. You will hear all the nitty gritty details on candle making. Then, once you're fired up by that, head over to my candle business playlist. In those playlists, I'll take you well beyond candle making side of things, and you will learn invaluable advice of actually running a full-time business, about everything it really takes to turn a small business into a booming success.